Welcome back to Love to Live in the Temecula Valley. I'm your host, Catherine Materiali. If you love neighborhoods with personality, views, and a real sense of community, this one is for you. Today we're taking a drive through what I like to call the English Streets, a charming neighborhood here in Copper Canyon built by Sheffield Homes. Some homes overlook Upper and Lower Copper Canyon Park, others face Cole Canyon Elementary, and several have stunning views of the surrounding hills. I'll show you the layout, the pocket park, and a few of the fun touches that make this neighborhood stand out. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss more of my weekly driving tours and neighborhood highlights around both Murrieta and the Temecula Valley. We are passing Upper Copper Canyon Park there on the left-hand side, and we're going to be turning left onto Windsor Court. It's one cul-de-sac. You'll see there's the entrance. On the left is the park, on the right is the school, and at the end you've got some great views as well. This is part of the rest of Sheffield Homes. However, it is set apart from the rest of the neighborhood. So we are turning left onto Windsor Court. On the left here, these homes all along the left side back up to the park. So you can see the park there at the top end where the playground is. There's no bathroom there, but there is a bathroom down at Lower Copper Canyon Park. And then there's a path that goes all behind those homes on the left-hand side. That does create a little bit of a challenge of privacy. Not that you have tons of people walking back there, but you have where neighbors will create privacy on that back end. And then the homes on the right overlook the school here. So you can see the play yard. So if you love the sound of kids, it is so wonderful. If you don't, keep that in mind. If you want to have that quiet, you're going to be hearing the kids playing and having fun and screaming and just being little kiddos throughout the day. There are actually two homes that are actively for sale on this street on the left-hand side, right next to each other. One of them is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3441 square footer, and it's listed just under $1 million at $999,900. And then there is also a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2671 square footer that is listed at $865,000. And both of them have pools. Both of them have the same view to the back. These homes that are at the end of the cul-de-sac have a view of a little bit of the upper area that's by the school, and then they overlook the Lower Canyon Park, the Lower Copper Canyon Park. So there really isn't a home on this street that doesn't have a view of something. And you have pros and cons either side. It's just something to be aware of if privacy is an issue for you, or if noise, I don't even want to call it noise. To me, it's wonderful, but to someone else, it might be noise. If you really need to have that complete serenity, you would want to keep that in mind. But then you may be okay with the other side. So we're going to head right back out, and we're going to be turning left on via Moreno. I also want to prep. You have school drop-off traffic, so cars will line up in that middle lane to be able to turn left into the loop to drop off their kiddos in the morning. So you have a good 30, 45 minutes where this area is extremely congested. If you can avoid it, please do. That little green area there that you see on the left-hand side, that's the green space where they have, like the birthdays that are notified and all of that fun stuff. And then you'll see the view here to the right. We're going to be turning right into the neighborhood so that you can see the rest of it. We are turning right onto Via Alisal, and then we're going to turn right on Oxford. Now, Sheffield Homes. Sheffield is a city in the northern part of England, and kind of an homage to their name, I think. They named all of these streets after cities in England. That's why I call it the English streets, because all of these, and I've lived in Oxford. I went to school in Oxford fun little fact. We're going to head up Oxford, and that ends at a cul-de-sac there, and then there's another cul-de-sac there to the left, which is Kent. All of the homes on the right-hand side here and all the way down Oxford, those homes back up to via Moreno. It is not a heavy traffic street. You do have heavier traffic during school pickup and drop-off because of the elementary school being there, but it is really not anything where you're going to sit in your backyard and it's going to be bothersome to you. That's something that I think is really important to know. And then a lot of these homes, especially as you get up the hill, and by the way, it does not show in this drive, but this is a butt burner hill, and a lot of them are in here. The topography is one of my favorite things about West Murrieta because you get these amazing views. So these cul-de-sac homes have great views behind, and then when we turn right onto Kent, you will pay a premium to live on that street because you can't even tell from this drone, but the views are killer from this cul-de-sac, as well as from some other spots as well. Now, another sale for you back on Oxford Drive, which we were on before. There was a sale this summer. It was one of the single story plans. It was 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,071 square feet with a lot of 9148 and a 2-car garage. And it sold for $720 at the end of August. But what are the floor plans? Let's talk about that. So, and you'll get to see where the models originally were when we get to the end of this drive tour. Look. There's that view. So I want to point out too, behind you can see that's actually the Bear Run Park, which if you haven't watched that video, make sure to watch it, of the neighborhood behind. But you have another park behind you there that a lot of people go and walk their dogs and let their dogs play and such. But you've got those great views. So back to the floor plans. So there were single story plans, the smallest one, which oddly enough, there aren't very many that have come up for sale in this neighborhood, but it's 1647 square feet, a single story. It's with a 2-car garage, and it's a 2-bedroom and a den. So that third room doesn't have a closet, and then 2 bathrooms. That's the smallest one. Then they also have a 2071 single story that has a 2-car garage. That's 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And then you have a 2311 single story, which has a 3-car, it's 2-car garage and then a single car separate, and that's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Oh, let me point out the pocket park. So this park backs up the other side to Via Moreno, and then the school is just there catty corner from it. It's not great for your older kids, but definitely perfect for the little ones. And it's right here in the neighborhood. That's so great. Okay, so back to the different floor plans. So I've told you about the 3 single story plans. There are 3 2-story plans in this neighborhood as well. We're going to nip around this little cul-de-sac here as I tell you about them. So the smallest of the 2 stories is 2409 square feet. It's got a 3-car garage. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Or it can be 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a large bonus room with doors downstairs. The next floor plan is 2671, and this is just a little sample of what some of the front of the homes look like. 2671 square feet, another 2-story. It's 3-car garage, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, or 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, depending on the options. And the primary suite is downstairs on that one, which is really cool. And there's another bedroom or office and bathroom downstairs. That last house you saw with the samples is the biggest one. It's 3411 square feet, just like that one right there that has that little kind of balcony in the front. That is a 4 or 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It's got a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs, and it's got a 3-car garage. We're heading back out to Oxford. So lot sizes in this community are anywhere from 6,000 to 14,000. Not a lot of them on the 14,000 range, but there are a lot of oversized lots. So we're turning right onto Canterbury now, and I'll give you a few more sales that have happened this year. So So there were two of the biggest one that sold this year, that 3441 square footer. There was one that was the 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It sold for $900,000 and closed escrow on August 20th. That had a lot of 8276. And then there was another one of that size, but it was the 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, the 3441, also a lot of 8276, and it sold for $850 back on June 17th. There was a single story, 2311 square footer, the 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. That one had a bigger lot of 9148, and it sold for $749,900, so $750 back on July 30th. And then lastly, there was a 2671 square footer, that 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, had a lot of 7405, and it sold for $740 back in February, on February 25th of this year. Another great thing about this neighborhood is trick-or-treating. So really the Leaf Streets, which we will do a video on the Leaf Streets. The Leaf Streets is where it really goes off. I mean, I'm talking candy cannons on all sorts of stuff. But this neighborhood is fantastic. There is one particular house when you first come in at Via Alisal, right there at the T-junction. And the Anderoods are famous, honestly, for their amazing setup there. People will take pictures in front of their house. I mean, people come and line up to take pictures. It is such a neat vibe. There's a pirate-themed house. This is just a really great neighborhood for trick-or-treating. So now we're going to turn right. So this double cul-de-sac, we're almost done. This double cul-de-sac, on the right-hand side, we're going to be turning onto Bristol. And then that last little cul-de-sac is actually where the models were. Those homes were all the models there right in front of us. So there was another sale on Bristol this year. It was that 3441. It was a 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, and it sold for $850 back on June 17th. Now, these homes, especially the ones kind of as we bend around, and you can see it'll be on our right-hand side. These homes look out towards Calle del Oso Oro, and you've got kind of again, there's another path that goes behind. So that Bear Run Park, there's a path that goes down, and you can either go to Via Moreno or you can go down back to Via Alisal. And here you can see it there, and it winds round behind those homes. So again, those homes, you will have people that may be walking behind. You want to be aware of that. And then this last little cul-de-sac, this was where Sheffield Homes had their models. So these were all the models here, so you can see what they all look like. This is a fantastic neighborhood. I don't want to say it's one of my favorites, but it kind of is. I just love the feel of it. I love the hills. I love the proximity to the school and to the parks. You can walk to so much, and you can walk down to Ralph's. My husband and I do that all the time. We'll walk down to Ralph's, why we call it Ralph's, the Ralph Shopping Center, and there's a Starbucks. We'll get a coffee and we'll walk back home on Calle del Oso Oro. Just a fantastic neighborhood. So you can see the exit there where that single story is in the patio cover. And if you turn right, if you turn left, that takes you to Coal Canyon. If you go straight, that takes you into the Leaf Streets. And then if you turn right, it takes you here to Calle del Oso Oro, where that truck is driving, and you can get to all of the shops. That was a look at what I like to call the English Streets, a Sheffield's home community here in Copper Canyon. From the scenic views to the pocket park and proximity to Coal Canyon Elementary, it's easy to see why this neighborhood is such a lasting appeal. And if you're here in October, you'll see just how creative this community gets. It's one of the most popular spots in West Murrieta for trick-or-treating. I'd love to know what you think of this neighborhood. Comment below and tell me which part stood out most to you. If you're considering a move to Murrieta or anywhere in the Temecula Valley, I'd love to help you find a home that fits your lifestyle. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more of my weekly driving tours and neighborhood highlights, each one giving you a closer look at what life here in West Murrieta is really like. I would love to be your guide for all things Temecula Valley. We'll see you on the next video.